Hello there. Welcome back to Nets Republic. Good old Nets Republic. I'm your host, Sever the Bond. Welcome back to some more off-season shenanigans. This is the final off-season video of this 2022. I'm very, very proud to say that because this has been a very long summer. We've been through so very, very much. And while it would be rather cliche for me to go up and down the timeline of everything we've been through, I feel like we make it even more cliche by doing the 3 takeaways, which I'm not going to say takeaways. I'm just going to say the 3 things that we learned from preseason. Now, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, but we're actually very close to 800. And I want to see, can we get to 800 subscribers before, let's say, Thanksgiving? Let's keep it humble and let's say before Thanksgiving. So please tell a friend to tell a friend about the channel. Subscribe if you got a second channel or something like that. Hit the subscribe button. If your parents have a YouTube account or something like that on the old Roku TV, fire up their Kindle Fire Stick or whatever they call the things and subscribe to the channel. Let's try to get to 800 before Thanksgiving. All right? All right. This is also very unrelated, but I'm thinking about getting a Ben Simmons jersey. I'm going to be honest with you. I know I don't particularly care for that man, and I know a lot of you don't either, but I don't know. There's just something about him that's like that's calling to me. I've got several Kyrie jerseys, and I also obviously have the merch of individuals who are no longer with us anymore. Not that they're dead, but they're no longer on the team. You know, I feel like it'll be a safe bet to continue the lineage of individuals who I fall in love with, but then they end up getting traded with Ben Simmons. So let's see. If it's just me, if it's the Sever the Bond curse, like I buy the jersey and then they get traded, let's see what it is. Because so far, that has been the case. I purchased the Harrison Ford jersey. He was traded a week later. I purchased the Harden jersey. He was traded a week later. I genuinely feel like it's me. So we're going to test that around Christmas time when I get the Ben Simmons jersey. We're going to see, and I'm going to do the all-black one, the all-black statement one. I've decided I'm going to do that instead of the shorts because I don't know if the shorts will have pockets, and I am not paying $70 for a pair of shorts with no pockets, but that's neither here nor there. I should have got the Basquiat shorts. Shout out to Kevin Durant, but that's not here nor there. Anyway, enough off-topic shenanigans. Let's talk about 3 things that we learned from the 2022 preseason. Number 1, and I have been screaming this to the high heavens, but it needs to be said yet again. Kyrie Irving is the X factor. I keep saying it because it's true. I keep saying it because I was right. Kyrie Irving is the X factor. Kyrie Irving is going to be the very thing that will either make or break this entire season. Now, when it comes to his availability, we don't know. It's up in the air. But currently, right now, there are no vaccine mandates. I don't think he has any more kids on the way. And if he does, it'll be 9 months from now. So we should be in the clear. Unless there's another birthday party he needs to attend or something like that, we should be perfectly fine, and I'm choosing to be positive. Kyrie Irving is playing for a contract, and we have already established that contract Kyrie is a different Kyrie. So the situation will handle itself, and I truly believe that he is all the way bought in, and he believes in what he needs to believe in, and everything's going to be okay. I think he's bought into, almost a different word to say, I believe he's bought in to Steve Nash's dogma, and the situation will handle itself. Oh, also, randomly, I feel like I should address. Everyone and their mama then wants me to address this Igor individual. But the thing is, when things go left, we blame Steve Nash. But when things go right, we're not allowed to blame Steve. Like, I don't quite understand that. And I like to keep the energy consistent. Regardless who we have brought on to our coaching staff, It's like when you have a star player. You blame the star player when things go bad, but you praise him when things go well as well. That's too many wells, but you get what I'm saying. So while I am not name-dropping every individual assistant coach, like, oh, Jacques Vaughn really came through the other day. Like, yeah, I feel like when things go left and things go wrong, we don't take the time to say, oh, well, if assistant coach so-and-so didn't do blah, 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 then we would, no, we just blame Steve Nash and call it a day. So I feel like we should praise him in the exact same way. And trust me, I'm the last guy to say anything positive about Steve Nash, believe me. I'm still a part of the Fire Steve Nash Brigade. Ain't nothing changed. And I was on that wave before it was cool, by the way. Go back and look at the footy. The kid been on that wave since before it was cool. However, I like to keep things a bean. I like to keep things all the way a bean, all the way a Milwaukee Buck. And when things are going wrong, if I'm going to blame him, I think when things are going right, he deserves some form of praise. Because even down to his substitution patterns and who he has starting, he's made a complete 360. 360? What? 180. 360 is a circle. 180, okay? He has made a complete turnaround, if you will. And I think he's doing an excellent job. I think the idea of putting Royce O'Neal out there in these big-time minutes and having him get the type of looks that he's getting is absolute genius. Shout out to that man. Shout out to that man. Because again, if we were on some 4-game losing streak and everything looked terrible, we would be pushing Steve Nash down a flight of stairs. So I'm choosing to be positive towards him and not giving any credit to any assistant coaches, because I feel like if things were to go wrong, we would not do that with the assistant coach route. If anything, I think that should be number 2 takeaway that we're taking away and things that we learned. Steve Nash is actually going to be confident. Of course, he'll definitely be confident. We'll definitely be somewhat competent, and we have a competent coaching staff. So that's number 2. I will pick that as number 2. And number 3 is something I hold near and dear to my heart. Number 3 is something that I've been promised the last 2 years, and we're finally going to receive. Number 3 is the mild reason why I'm getting the Ben Simmons jersey to begin with. It's the fact that the Nets play defense. And not just your, move your feet, right? Hands up, right? Not like your mail-it-in defense, but your small ball, heels in the dirt, doggity dog defense. That's the type of shenanigans I'm here for. And like we discussed when we kind of gave the keys to Claxton, which we've been asking them to do for the longest time, they're finally doing it. We knew that we were going to have a collection of junkyard dogs who are going to go out there and they're going to do what they have to do defensively and buy in through hustle, effort, and 50-50 balls and all that stuff to be able to get past other teams that are bigger than us, that are stronger than us, that are tougher than us, and that on the low are more talented than we are. Because on paper, no one's going to look at a Markieff Morris and be like, oh, you better watch out for the Brooklyn Nets, right? Like, no one's going to say something like that. But when they play us, and they get a rude awakening, when they're getting shot out the park by Watanabe on my wrist, when Ben Simmons and them are picking up folks the whole full court, even Patty Mills getting in on it, we already know Seth Curry plays defense. We already know Joe Harris plays defense. I don't believe TJ Warren is known for his defense, but I'm sure he will buy in as well. And if he doesn't, he will be the only individual on the team who has not bought in. Because you got Kevin Durant, Claxton, Kyrie, which, Jesus, Kyrie plays defense. I think that's another sprinkle in the X Factor category as well. I think we're going to be just fine. Personally, and I don't want to jump out of the window, but I'm feeling very, very, very confident. Going into preseason, I was terrified. The first 2 games, I was terrified. But those last 2 games were enough to tell me that they will be fine. Now, do I think we're going to win a championship? Absolutely not. But I do think that we will comfortably make the playoffs and make some noise. And there's nothing wrong with making some noise. Nothing wrong with it. Personally, I just need to see a little more than 2 preseason games to be able to put my full confidence in the team yet again. I need to see it when it counts. I need to see them when they're under pressure. I need to see them where things don't go right. That's what I need to see. And I mean, I need that from all three of the things. From the defense, from the coaching, to Kyrie Irving. Will Kyrie Irving actually be available the whole year to be able to go off? Will he regress because he doesn't have as much time off? Who knows? All those types of things. Are we going for the head fake and the smoke and mirrors? Is it really just Ben Simmons running the team and having his influence out there? Is it really not Steve Nash at all and Igor and everyone else or whatever? Is it just the honeymoon phase? And last but not least, is the defense going to be able to hold up when you have those nights when maybe people aren't hitting shots and maybe things aren't as fun as they normally are? Or if we go down like 20 points, are we going to be able to dig ourselves out of these holes with defense? Remains to be seen. But I am absolutely here for it. Like, comment, subscribe. You are watching Nets Republic. I am Sever the Bond. Let me know down below if you haven't already told me the 3 things that you have learned from the preseason. What are a couple things you're most excited about going into this season? I just want to see the games when they count. Because I want to know, am I just getting my hopes up for nothing again? Or can I really have a Brooklyn Nets team that I can get behind 100% and be happy about? Remains to be seen. But let me know your thoughts down below. Sever the Bond, Nets Republic, and I'll see y'all on Wednesday for our first official game that counts.